get control of sugar now.
Yes.
Why do we need to get control of sugar?
OK, because of the 5 things, according to the NHS, that are most likely to prematurely kill you. Sugar's behind 4 of them. And sugar is not labelled up, you know, in the way that cigarettes are, something like that. It's called by 50 different names, and the sugar industry, or the food and beverage industry, has been stuffing it into everything. It's highly addictive. Yes, and, you know, if you look at the obesity, because back in the 90s, I was saying to people, I don't think sugar's a good thing. It's more like a drug than a nutrient. But in the last few years, there's been so much research that has shown that sugar is an epidemic proportions causing
Well, in the
disease.
papers today, there are stories saying that sugar is now linked to 11 different types of cancer.
That's right, yes. Cancer loves sugar.
Yeah.
Famous Nobel Prize winner said. But look, we've seen people like wonderful Jamie Oliver, my dear friend Stephen Fry, Davina McCall, telling you that sugar's bad, but
it's only recently, I mean, all of them.
Well, that's right, because
you know, we've only all just seemed to be waking up
the
to
sugar
the
industry funded fraudulent research to, you know, to send people off in the wrong direction, thinking that fat was the devil, when in fact it's sugar. So if I sound a bit like an evangelist, it's because my mother knew one of the scientists that exposed
we have to
us.
be careful, obviously, what we say about the food industry. You used the words fraudulent there, and they're obviously not here. That's your opinion, and they're not here to represent
No, it's not
themselves.
just my opinion, it's the opinion of the world's leading biologists.
Yeah.
I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. Remember, I'm a psychologist, I'm not a biologist.
But we all know, you know, that we all have too much sugar.
That's right.
We all know it, don't we?
Yeah.
We know it. We're not silly.
But there's so many hidden sugars as well, isn't there? Like, I always thought cereals were healthy for you. Cereals are really bad. I've been eating cottage cheese, low-fat cottage cheese, thinking that was healthy. And I looked at it, and there's like 10 grams of sugar in low-fat cottage cheese.
Well, I think
it's all
that's
the
the thing with low-fat stuff, is they just plunk so much sugar in it to compensate for the fat, and you think you're eating something really healthy, and actually it'd be better if you had the full-fat version.
Yes.
Right, we need to get onto your experiment, because I know this takes time, and we've been telling people all day that you're going to be doing this.
OK, so a lot of people use willpower like Linda has done, and I must say, with spectacular results.
Thank you.
But the imagination is always more powerful than the will. So what we're going to do now is not hypnosis, it's just a thought experiment. And then I'm going to combine it with a psychosensory technique. So I want you to think about a sugar, food or beverage that you're out of control around, yeah? So get a compulsion going for it. So maybe it's chocolate. And on a scale of 1 to 10, wine for you. OK, now
Wine
think of...
Can you pick a few?
You can just pick one for now, because you can practice this all week. Now, what I want you to do is think about something that makes you feel repulsed. So it might be sardines, it might be broccoli, it might be something like that. And what I'd like you to do is, in your imagination, I'd like you to imagine biting into the chocolate, but tasting the sardines, or whatever it is, and maybe put some hair from a barber shop floor in there, and mix the 2 of them together. There you go. So we're taking compulsion, and we're taking repulsion, and mix the 2 in. Imagine chewing them, that's it. Imagine chewing them in your mouth and swallowing them down. So what we're doing is we're reducing the compulsion by bringing in the repulsion. Now, this is a psychosensory technique, and we use this to make ourselves feel good. This is, we just completed a study at King's College, and this works fantastically for things like post-traumatic stress and overwhelm. So if you put a hand here and a hand here, ladies, what I want you to do is close your eyes and stroke the side of your arms like this. And I want you to imagine that you're walking on a beach. And while you're doing this, you're going to release loads of delta waves, which is going to make you feel so good. I want you to count out loud with me with each footstep that you take in the sand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Keep stroking your arms. That's it, good. Now, move your eyes laterally to the left and laterally to the right. Laterally to the left and laterally to the right. Now, finally, laterally to the left, laterally to the right. And now, I want you to make a little movie in front of you. Imagine a movie of you that's more in control around sugar, that doesn't desire sugar, that's lost their sweet tooth. Or maybe you just have, you know, 1 glass of wine and 1 bit of chocolate, whatever it is. That's it, there you go. And you make that movie really lifelike, and now float into you in that movie and see how you see the world. Hear how your internal dialogue is, because you don't have to have a whole bar of chocolate. You can just have 1 piece and stop, because you've got more willpower. And feel how good that willpower feels. There you go. And keep stroking the side of your arms and then stop. And you should be feeling really quite good right now. Who feels good?
I fancy a donut.
Do you?
I do.
More therapy for you.
Honestly.
I have to say, this is, like you said, this is in no way hypnotism. This is reprogramming the way you feel about sugar. I've only got about 40 seconds left.
Yes.
What would you just like to say? One final thought in 30 seconds. One final thought about sugar?
OK, so, look, you can't get away from sugar. It's in 3/4 of the products you find in a supermarket. And, you know, I actually enjoy a glass of wine every now and again, or a bit of chocolate. But rather than demolish the whole bar, I have one piece and I stop. So this book is about, there's a CD that comes with it that will help you reprogram your mind. All your thoughts about what you eat and when you eat take place in your mind. I'll help you reprogram it, just like you reprogram a computer.
Very interesting. Get control of sugar now, says Paul McKenna. Thank you. Paul McKenna, everybody.
Thank you.